Hi, welcome again to Breathe Within Yoga. I'm Julianne Duffy, and thank you for coming back for another practice today. I am pre-recording this before I air it to see if I can get better quality. I may not be able to really live stream because I'm not happy with the quality because I don't have the ability to live stream on YouTube because I don't have enough viewers from my phone, but I can from Facebook, but I just personally have an issue with having Facebook on my phone. So we're going to try this, see how this works. So let's come to a comfortable seated position. Oh, before we get started, I'd like everyone to get a bolster. Now, if you don't have a bolster, that's okay. Grab yourself a blanket. So you're going to grab a blanket. We're going to fold it in half again, and then we're going to make it so it's fat. So we just kind of roll it into essentially a bolster. So there is your makeshift bolster for today. So those are your options. Either grab something for that or your bolster. Make sure you do have that available for the class. So let's get ourselves started. You've got your bolster. Let's make our way to a comfortable position. You can be kneeling or cross-legged, seated in any way that feels good. And let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Gentle exhale out. Take another deep breath in. And let that go. We're allowing ourselves, again, this opportunity to notice our breath. Noticing how it feels to intentionally take the inhale through the nose. Let it start to expand as it comes down through the esophagus and travels into the lungs as it increases through the front. Try to bring the breath into the belly. And then we'll just let the breath slowly go through the nose or the mouth. Again, we're going to go to that breath. Inhale, allow yourself to become aware of the breath coming in through the nostrils. Into the back of the throat, it starts to come down the esophagus and it starts to expand through the chest. Into the belly, let the belly expand, really feel the breath go into there. And then let it go. Let's do that once more. Deep, focused breath as we see, feel, notice the breath come into our body through the nostrils, through the back of the throat, into the esophagus and into the lungs. Feel the expansion through the chest and into the belly. And then notice how with the exhale, just feel a little bit more centered and relaxed. We're going to keep this feeling with us as we start to add some movement. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Eyes can stay closed, or you can start to gently gaze forward. Let the arms start to lengthen towards the ceiling. Let the gaze follow, lengthening. Imagine someone's pulling the arms. They're lengthening right through the top of the head. Deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold over our legs, whether they're bent, cross-legged, straight. Just let the torso come over the thighs. The arms can come out to the side or straight ahead, whatever feels good. We'll take another focused breath here. So as we inhale, we allow the torso to expand. Feel the chest again expand with this breath coming into the belly. And then with the exhale, let it all go, chin to chest, fully sinking and releasing into this beautiful, spacious moment. Continuing, take that breath in, notice it coming through the nostrils, coming into the back of the throat, into the esophagus, filling the chest, into the belly. Let the belly expand as you come away from your legs. And then as we exhale, we let that all go. On our next breath, we'll slowly start to push ourselves away from the floor, coming up through to seated on our glutes. Let the legs come forward. And let's come into our Dhanurasana and into another forward fold. So let those feet be active as if you're stepping onto the floor. We're going to bring those shoulders up towards the ears, rolling down the spine, making that letter L with our torso to our legs. Our hands come by our hips, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Deep breath in. And exhale. On the next breath, we're going to let those arms start to float up towards the ceiling, reaching. We're going to exhale, let ourselves gently fold over the legs once again. This time we want them straight. We can bend our knees quite a bit if you'd like. We just want to be mindful that we are not locking the knees. Let the torso come towards the thighs. Let everything release on the exhale. On the inhale, again, let the breath expand, coming into the torso. Feel the breath come in through the nose, traveling down, expanding through the lungs and into the belly. And then as we exhale, we let that all go. We sink, we fully release. The next breath, we're going to do another cat and cow variation this evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Let's place those hands onto the thighs or the shins. Keeping a long, strong torso, we're going to open towards the ceiling. Start to let the belly expand as we breathe forward. Imagine the tailbone could touch the top of the head. And then as we exhale, we're going to round the spine. Inhale, getting some movement into the spine, opening through the chest. Let the shoulders go back. Imagine the tailbone and the top of the head again can touch. And then as we exhale, we let the breath fully dissipate. This time, really become aware of the breath. So as we inhale, we bring it into the torso. Again, feel and notice it come into the chest, filling up through the belly, shoulders away from the ears, opening wide. And then we exhale, letting the breath slowly go. We'll allow ourselves to just release this time on the bottom of the exhale. And then slowly we're going to push ourselves up, coming through to seated. So let's grab our bolster or our makeshift bolster, whatever we're using today. I'm going to grab my bolster. We're going to place our bolster so it is parallel to the mat. So it's going to support our spine. So what we're going to do here, we're going to sit in front, bolsters right against the kind of tailbone, lower back there. So the spine is going to be completely supported by the bolster. We're going to gently let ourselves roll back. Now your legs, you've got a few options. Your legs can be crossed like this. You can start to straighten the legs out or bend the knees. So just find that perfect position that feels really good. You can even do a Baddha Konasana. And then once you're here, we're making sure the spine is supported. We're going to tuck our chin just a bit. Let the chest open, let the back of the arms be supported by the floor, palms facing towards the ceiling. We notice how the chest opens just a little bit more as each shoulder rolls over the opposite ends of the bolster. Let's take a deep breath in, let the breath again expand through the chest, into the belly, and then let the breath dissipate. Noticing how it gently releases. Let's stay with that breath. Another deep inhale. Torso expands. Belly expands. And then we let that go. Staying focused with this breath. Another deep, full inhale into the torso. Notice how it expands. Feel the chest rise. And then consciously let the belly expand. And then when you're ready, letting the exhale flow out. Let's do 3 more of these breaths at your own pace. Let the torso expand, followed by the belly, and release. come through your last exhale, just release the breath. So allow yourself to notice how it flows, how it feels in this moment, bringing our awareness to this opportunity, how the breath feels, our state of mind. If we notice any sensations or observations or judgments, any thoughts that might be coming up to distract us, when we notice them, just allow them to come into your focus. Bring your focus to those thoughts. And then we're going to use our breath again. So as we inhale, we're going to bring in space and ease. And then as we exhale, those thoughts that came up that are distracting us, that we don't need to attach to in this moment, we just see those floating out with the exhale. If anything is lingering, any thoughts kind of like stayed behind or holding on a little tighter, send a few more breaths. Take another deep, full, expansive inhale. Imagine those words, those things that were distracting you, and use that intention with the breath to let them slowly go. If they're important, look at them later. And then we come back to this moment, back to the deep breath, noticing how much more space we have in our breath in this moment. On the next inhale, we make our way back to our body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Take another deep breath in. Again, let that torso expand, followed by the belly. And release. We'll slowly bring our feet flat to the mat, wherever the feet were. We'll bring them flat to the mat, knees pointing towards the ceiling. And we're going to roll over to our right. Coming to recovery pose, let the bolster slide behind you. Let's take a moment here. If it feels good, hug the knees into the chest. This is our moment to observe how everything feels. With the inhale, notice how the breath comes into the torso. Maybe you can try to see if you can expand through the side of the body, into the belly. Let the breath slowly go. Let's take one more moment here. And gently, we're going to exhale and start to bring ourselves up through to seated once again. We're going to do another pose here, continuing to open into our body, into our torso this morning, evening, afternoon, night. So again, depending whichever kind of bolster you want to use, if you have a blanket or an extra bolster on hand, do grab that. If you've got your homemade one, this one will probably be sufficient. If you're using a bigger bolster, you may want a secondary one to support your head, or have things around that you can use to support yourself. So we're going to take our bolster, we're going to place it parallel to the short end of our mat. And then if we're using our bolster, have something to assist to support the head, because this is quite a deep opening we're going to go into. Or you're just using your homemade one and then adjust as needed. Maybe you want, if it doesn't feel deep enough with your homemade one, make a second one. So make another round bolster, Twinkie, log roll, ice cream sandwich, ice cream cake, the ones from Dairy Queen, the log rolls during Christmas. Roll them on top of each other. You get the point. Okay. On that note, let's grab our bolster. We're going to place it so it's parallel to the short end of the mat. We're going to allow our torso to start to come over. So the chest is opening. So essentially, if you're a woman who wears a bra, this would be where the bra strap would kind of be. If you're a man, so it's in the back of the chest, opposite the breasts. You're going to let the chest open. Allow the arms to come over the bolster. And if they can touch the floor, great. If you're in your homemade ones. If you don't quite touch the floor, you want to kind of adjust so the arms are over, bringing them flat to the floor of the mat. The chest is open and expanding. And if you need, you can grab that bolster, extra blanket or something to support the head. If the opening is quite deep, it just gives you a little bit more support. So we're going to be here again for a number of deep breaths. We really want to feel the chest expanding and opening. The shoulders are away from the ears and rolled under. We're feeling that stretch into the chest, shoulders, upper back. Legs can be, again, however you'd like them. They can be straight, bent, Baddha Konasana, with the bottoms of the feet touch, opened up into that diamond shape with the legs. Let's come back to our breath. So on the inhale, we notice how the chest expands, let the belly expand. Maybe this time we even notice how we start to come off the bolster, feeling the breath into the back of the body, and then let that go. Another deep, full breath here. Let the torso expand, feel it rise off the bolster. Allow the belly to expand. And then on your exhale, let that go. Following your breath at your own pace. Feel the lungs expand. Send the breath into the belly. Let the torso fill with air. Yet let the breath go. On the next breath, we'll start to come back to our body. Again, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then we're going to gently roll off our bolster. Again, we're going to come over to our right side, so let the bolster go behind you. Take your time as needed to get yourself over to your right. Hug the knees into the chest. And release. We'll take this opportunity to notice whatever might have come up during the breaths or this transition. And then again, just like we did, we just bring those into our focus. And with our simple intention, just let them go with the exhale. Practicing non-attachment to those things that we don't need to think about in this moment. Being able to detach our emotions. And then focus on what we want to create and where we want to put our emotions. And in this moment, it's creating the space between breaths, in moments. We'll take another deep breath in and we'll start to slowly bring ourselves up through to seated. And we're going to come into some twists with the bolster before we come into our final meditation here. So once again, we'll grab our bolster, make sure we have it handy. It can be, now it's your choice. You don't need to use the bolster if you don't want to, or it's here to support you. So you've got your options, and I'll show you your different variations. Let's bring ourselves back to our lying, hugging the knees in the chest, bolster's handy. Now, one option, you can bring the bolster so it's right beside you as we bring our arms out to a T or cowboy surrender. We let the knees drop towards the bolster on that same side as we gaze away over to the other. So that's one option. So you can go into the twist this way. Or if it feels really good and you're twisting this way and you're like, oh, it'd be nice to have the support between the legs, feel free to put the bolster between your legs. If none of those resonates and you just want to come over into your twist, allow yourself to do that. And then with the twist, so once you're ready and know what you want to do, bring yourself to center, let your feet just be relaxed, knees towards the sky, let the arms come out to the T or cowboy surrender. We'll gently let them drop either onto the bolster or with the bolster or to the side. If there's space, you can use so I'm twisting it to my right hand gently on my right thigh. And then the gaze can come away from the legs. We inhale as we lengthen through the spine. And then let's come through those deep focused breaths once more. Inhale, let the torso expand. See if we can get some breath into the belly. Exhale as we let that go. Once again, deep breath into the belly, or into the chest first, followed by the belly, and then letting that all go. Once again, inhaling. And then exhaling. We'll stay here for just another moment with the breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to maybe try to use those core muscles. So activate the belly, spine, pull up on the pelvis. Use those core muscles to help assist coming through center. And then take a moment. You can release the bolster if you used it or whatever. Shake it out. If you're going to use the bolster on the other side, prepare it as you need to. And we'll drop our knees now to the left as we gaze over to the right. Let the arms come out to T or cowboy surrender. And then this time, as we're over to our left, the left hand will come to the top of the right leg. And let the gaze either come towards the ceiling or over the right shoulder. Breathing again. Let's bring in that deep focused breath into the chest, belly. Let that slowly go. Notice where the breath goes in the twist. It might feel the same as before, it might feel different. Deep, full breaths. Again, inhale, let the torso expand. Followed by the belly. And release. One more moment here. Focused breath, and then as we exhale, use those core muscles and everything to bring yourself back through center. Release. Put the bolster off to the side if you'd like. So let's just shake it out, rock it out, maybe knees to the chest. And it's our time to transition to our final resting kind of guided meditation here this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching it. Allow yourself to come to Savasana. If you want to use your bolster again, you are welcome to. You can place it under the knees, supporting the legs. You can lie on it, whatever feels appropriate. And then once you're in your Savasana, your lying pose, just allow the feet to release. Let the back of each arm, they tuck under, the right and the left arm, shoulders tuck under. Let the back of the arms be supported by the floor. Let the hands face towards the ceiling. You can maybe point your fingers maybe touching as the palm is open. The chin is slightly tucked. And then we're going to once again come back to our breath. Taking another deep inhale, let the torso expand, followed by the belly. And then when you're ready, as we've been doing during this entire practice, let the breath slowly dissipate. Staying focused for 2 more of these breaths. We'll let the inhale expand through the torso, into the belly. Allow that breath to just come as big as possible. And then as we exhale, we're just imagining we can extend that exhale to be maybe a little bit longer than our inhale. Once more. Deep, full breath in. Expanding through the torso into the belly. Feel that wonderful space being created within your core. And then let that breath slowly go. Notice in this moment, in this opportunity, how you feel. How is your body? Where is your state of mind? Has there been things that have kind of kept coming up? There are different distractions. Allow yourself a moment to be aware without the judgment. So what that means is we notice whatever did come up. If there was distractions, did it feel good? Was I present? Could I stay focused on the breath? Whatever your experience was during this practice, let it come into your mind at this moment. Let that observation be there. Good, bad, however you may judge it. And when we notice what's there, just become aware. And then we're just going to let that go, whether it was good, bad, neutral. As we exhale, we're just allowing those thoughts, those observations, sensations, everything attached to it, that energy, letting it flow out with intent, just letting it go. It's being dissipated into the space around you as healing energy. So sending it out with an exhale, imagining it, just transmuting into a healing energy, just being sent out. And then once you've released anything that you don't need to attach to, again, become aware. Notice how you feel. Notice this moment, this opportunity. And while we're here, noticing this opportunity moment, again today, I bring up the most important question. What's important now? Our win. What is important now? In this moment of space, in this moment of harmony, what is important? What we decide to create, the energy that we are sending out, keeping the space that we've created, having this self-care and love for ourselves to create these moments and these opportunities. Whatever it is, whatever is most important to you now, in this moment, in this opportunity, bring that into your focus. And then when you see it in your focus, bring the energies associated. Maybe there's smells. Maybe it's important for some home-cooked meal in your life. Maybe it's important to have essential oil. Whatever is important now, whether it's big or small, bring all those aspects into it. How does it smell? How does it feel? How does it look? How do you resonate with it? And then once you've brought it in, imagining that you're in that moment with whatever's important now, Send love. Send love. Send how much you know it's important. Why it's important to you is because you have a deep connection, that love for it. Send that love. See the event, situation, idea, whether it's words, pictures, and it's starting to be enveloped completely in love, whether you just see hearts, maybe it's an energy, a glowing, beautiful, bright light, whatever it is that you see, it's perfect. Just send that love to it. And then, once it's been fully enveloped with this intention and love, on our next exhale, we're going to send it out to be created, to continue to be created in us, in our surroundings, helping us to program the matrix, this reality, sending out our intention to God, whatever it is, whatever you believe is beyond, whatever this is, it's being sent to, it's being heard, it's being part of this positive healing process. And then we just allow ourselves to just let that go. Notice this moment after doing that. How do you feel? Let that relaxation, that harmony, that feeling, whatever good feeling is resonating within you in this moment, let it stay there. Find a spot where the love came from, and implant at this moment. It resonates, and that comes right back to this. They're connected. So when you think of love, you can bring this feeling back. And then we just let ourselves sit here in this moment, or lie here in this moment, resonating with this energy, this intent, this experience. And with the sound of the chime, we start to come back to our body, wiggling our fingers and toes. Maybe taking another deep, full breath, noticing how the breath is, noticing how the body feels, where our state of mind is. Again, maybe making that intention to keep that stillness that you've created in the body, mind. And when you're ready, maybe after you've done a little bit of movement, we'll make our way over to our right once again. Coming to our recovery position. Allow yourself this opportunity to notice once again. Become aware. Just notice. And slowly we'll make our way up to a comfortable seated position. Your eyes, of course, could be opened or closed. And then when you're sitting tall, we're going to activate the core, belly button, spine, pull up in the pelvis. Let's take one last final deep breath. Let the arms reach towards the sky. Let the hands touch as they come to heart center. This is, of course, the final moment of the practice. This is that end result that we come to. And I truly want to say namaste. The light within me acknowledges and sees the light within you. And I honestly hope that this is here to help heal and serve you, and that you feel more connected after each of these practices. Namaste. And if you're wondering, my mic is here, so that's why I'm kind of talking there, so don't mind that. If you looked up and you're like, what is she doing looking in that corner? It's because the mic's there. So I was trying to get it a little bit louder, trying to work out these kinks. I have better video, better audio, so these are just more easier, better. I speak good English. Anyways, on that note, please like, share, and subscribe. I totally appreciate that. If I get enough people to follow, I can actually do lives from my phone versus having to record them and do it this way. If this is how they're going to turn out the best, we'll see. Anyways, I am planning, there is a Monday morning 10:30 class. It's going to be live. I'm going to test that out, seeing what the lighting is like live in the morning onto YouTube. So we'll do that. And yeah, so drink lots of water. I've been talking for a while. Get lots of rest. Take care of yourself. These are interesting times, and we need to step into being connected. And I hope that this will help you connect to let's make this better. Let's make this better. Let's work together. Okay. Namaste.